All right, here we go, guys. It's your boy Hollywood Steve back with another video right here on YouTube. This is the Hollywood Steve Wrestling Podcast. Here we go with the rest of Saturday night's main event, the rest of the matches as we talked about from earlier on, John Cena versus Gunther, and how that was the ending was kind of a stinker, kind of sucked. So here we go. We had Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes first up in the night. Femi defeated, obviously last time in action, Femi defeated Javon Evans on NXT December 9th. Rhodes' team won the War Games match in Survivor Series. We had Joe Tessitore and Stephanie McMahon hosting the show from a table and talked up John Cena a bit before Rhodes made his entrance to take on Femi in the opening match. Neither man was putting their title on the line, so this was simply a fight for pride. Fight for pride. Although Femi had a lot more to gain from a victory since he was the newcomer and Rhodes was the undisputed WWE champion. They locked up and the ruler pushed Rhodes to the corner to show off his power. The American Nightmare tried to use his quickness to keep his distance, but Femi eventually caught him with a backbreaker. While Rhodes had a huge experience advantage, Femi was the more dominant force. He had the WWE champion reeling for a large portion of the match. The crowd reacted to something off camera shortly before Drew McIntyre emerged to beat up Rhodes. Femi was upset the contest was thrown out and got in the Scottish Warrior's face and shoved him to the mat. While most of the match was good, this was a disappointing way to end the biggest opportunity of Femi's career thus far. He and Rhodes took McIntyre out and posed together at the end of the segment. So, a no contest for Cody Rhodes and Obafemi with Drew McIntyre interfering. Of course, you knew probably Drew was going to interfere because Drew has been bent on whatever reason taking out Cody Rhodes for whatever reason. I don't get it. I don't know why Drew's doing what he's doing. Then we had match number 2, Bayley versus Sol Ruka. And just a quick reminder, last time in action, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria lost to the Kabuki Warriors on Raw November 3rd. Ruka defeated Ren Sinclair on NXT December 9th. The next match saw Bayley with Lyra Valkyria by her side taking on Ruka, who had Zarya in her corner after they reconciled on Tuesday. They started with a simple lockup into the exchange of holds and counters. It was a couple of minutes before their competitor used a strike with Ruka nailing a kick from the apron. Bayley avoided a moonsault and hit her rival with a huge forearm to take control. The match had a quicker pace than Femi versus Rhodes, so it felt like they were able to do a lot more in the time they had. Ruka looked great against her more experienced opponent. She pulled everything out of her bag of tricks for this bout. After hitting a soul snatcher, Ruka was able to get the pin and get the biggest win of her young career. Bayley had a big smile on her face, so she was not upset about putting over a newer talent. They posed together and gave a salute in tribute to John Cena. And that's going to be a common theme here. We're going to see this, guys, throughout this review. It was a pretty fun match. There you go. Then we had AJ Styles and Dragon Lee taking on, oh Lord, Leon Slater and Javon Evans. Holy cow, in match 3 of 5. Last time in action, Evans defeated The Miz on SmackDown December 12th. Slater won an 8-man tag match in TNA December 7th. Styles and Lee defeated the War Raiders on Raw December 8th. The only title match on the night saw Styles and Lee defend their tag team championships against NXT's Evans and TNA's Slater. It was appropriate that Slater was in a match against a former TNA champion for his first main roster appearance. All four men are known for their high flying antics, but Styles has limited his big spots in recent years to allow his career to have more longevity. Slater and Evans came out of the gate hot with super kicks and to the champions as soon as the bell rang. They were hoping for a quick and surprising victory, but Lee kicked out of a frog splash to keep the match alive. This was a fast-paced contest with a lot of memorable moments. The three young guns made their mark, and the veteran Styles seemed to take a back seat at times so they could shine. Unfortunately, the Phenomenal One tripped when he went for his signature springboard forearm. It was hard to tell if that had anything to do with the match ending in a few moments later, but Styles and Lee retained in the end. All right, next up we got, and we talked about this, John Cena versus Gunther, in match 4 of in match 4 yeah, so that was pretty much, I kind of covered the John Cena thing. It wasn't, I didn't really go into a whole detail on it because it was what it was. It was good. It was good. Could have been better. Could have gotten Super Cena, but hey, overall Saturday night's main event was okay. Was all right. It wasn't. It didn't blow you out of the water with any incredible, like, oh my gosh, matches. Like, whoa. Of course, Leon Slater and Javon Evans. I want to see them together on a more consistent basis. I want to see them together more often because those two together, if you guys have not watched Leon Slater and Javon Evans, those two are two of the most high-flying dudes I have ever seen. The stuff that they do is absolute insanity. What they do reminds me a lot of a young AJ Styles. Reminds me a lot of a young Rey Mysterio when he was in his prime. The move set that he had. But this Saturday night's main event was, like I said, Saturday night's main event was all right. It was good. Obviously the main focus was John Cena, and rightly so. I mean, the man retired, Saturday. So, rightly so. The main sole focus should be on him. But yeah, that is Saturday night's main event. That, four matches. Obviously with the big one culminating in Gunther beating John Cena and officially retiring John Cena from the wrestling profession. Like I said, AJ Styles, Dragon Lee, Javon Evans, Leon Slater for AJ Lee and AJ Styles and Dragon Lee's tag team titles. Good match. Good match. Bailey Soul Ruka. Yeah, good match. Okay, good match. Obviously, Soul Ruka was going to, Bailey was going to put, Bailey here was going to put over Soul Ruka. Obviously, we knew that, but Bailey, obviously Bailey was really good in this match. Cody versus Oba. Would have liked to see that go longer. Would have liked to see an actual finish on that one. Would have not want. Didn't like the fact that it ended in. I didn't like the fact that it ended in a no contest. No contest. I don't like interferences in matches, especially when it's an up and comer like Obafemi going up against a veteran and stalwart and the QB1 right now, Cody Rhodes. Again, I'm just what I don't understand Drew's deal. I don't know why Drew is going after Cody. Why what his motivation is. I guess is he's going after he's going to go after Cody's title. And I mean, okay, great. If he's going to be the one to if Drew is going to be the one to take the title off of Cody, cool. Awesome. Great. But I didn't like that it had to come at the cost of Cody Rhodes and Obafemi. That because that match was going great. That match was going awesome. And of course, the Miz being taken out by R-Truth and Joe Hendry. What else can you say about that? I feel for the Miz, man. The guy is a veteran, and he's just kind of the comic relief, basically. And I feel bad. I feel bad for him. I really do. I really feel bad for the guy. But nonetheless, a pretty okay Saturday Night's main event. Like I said, obviously the main focus is going to be John Cena and his retirement. So overall, it seemed like it was a pretty good Saturday Night's main event. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing like incredibly amazing to speak of. Nothing big. Other than everybody surrounding the ring after John Cena's match and thanking him, and Cody and Punk doing the 2 titles over the shoulder thing. Other than that, pretty good, pretty good. Stay tuned to this channel, guys, for a review of Monday Night Raw tomorrow. I'm going to be watching it tonight. I will give you guys I'm going to make sure to watch it tonight. I will give you guys a review tomorrow. Stay tuned. This is your boy Hollywood Steve saying when you're Hollywood Steve, you're just too sweet.